The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys. Here's Nick Eatman.
What's up? Welcome to Cowboys Storyline presented by Gillette. It's Thursday, October 23rd. I'm Nick Eatman. Chris doesn't think we can go 12 calls today, so we're going to go to callers right now. We're going to see if we can prove him wrong. Dylan, Northport, Florida. Let's just get going on this thing. Dylan, what's up?
Oh, hey, man. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. That was quick. I wasn't expecting that to be on so soon, but okay, cool. Just first off, big hand. I just want to say awesome job to the Cowboys front office, dude, because,
Wow.
you know, a lot of people blame them for a lot of things. And
We don't hear that a lot.
yeah, I know. That's why I got to give them a round of applause here because, first and foremost, Schottenheimer hire. A lot of people had beef with the process. And I've always been on the mind, well, if you like to hire, then to hell with the process. Got who you wanted, and it seems to be working fine right now, especially offensively. They got Jake Ferguson locked up. He's the seventh highest paid tight end right now, so that was a phenomenal choice to go ahead and get him done early and pay him off of their expectation and get him kind of lowball him, honestly. I mean, that deal looks great right now. They traded, obviously, Pickens for a third. That's a grand slam. The pickup for Javonte Williams, and even the Micah thing, man, they offered him next up money, and he got greedy and leapfrogged the next man up and wanted the next man up. And so, you know, they walked away and they stuck to their guns. And, you know, if they can make, I know there's a lot of rumors about trades right now, but if they can turn that Micah thing into somebody else, big name guy that everybody's talking about, plus Kenny Clark, plus keeping all their picks, I mean, that's out of this world maneuvering at that point. So we'll see how that goes. But that's all I wanted to say today on this Thursday, Nick. I appreciate it.
All right, good stuff.
Excuse me, I appreciate it.
Thanks for the call. You know, you don't hear a lot of people talking about that front office stuff. You know, great job front office, all that. I still think you're Pickens, Javonte, that's just big time, you know, additions. The Ferguson thing, like you said, now, you know, what's interesting is I think he gets $1 million bonus. You know how you always say it's like, it's $50 million. It could be as much as 53 or whatever. You know, you don't even think about it. Well, one of those caveats there for Ferguson's deal is if he gets 85 catches, he gets like $1 million. So what's he at, like at 55 right now? I mean, and so looks pretty good. I mean, 85 seemed like a big number there, but as he's catching, you know, it didn't say anything about yards. It said anything about catches. So looking good. I'll say this, though. I mean, if not to be, you know, the downer of this or whatever, because it was a great call, but I'll say this. If they don't make the playoffs and the defense continues to be what it is, and you see Micah Parsons leading Green Bay to the playoffs and he's got 15 sacks or whatever, you're always going to be like, you know, was that a good deal? I mean, did they make a good move? They're not stopping the run, so it's not like getting Kenny Clark is helping them. They're not stopping the run either. So, time will tell on this, but you know, if they miss the playoffs because they couldn't get off the field and their defense was a liability, and you see what Mike is doing, you're always going to be able to say that. But again, the trade was for 2 picks, and we have to see down the road just to kind of see. But still, great call. Appreciate the thought process there. Because you're not wrong. The front office has been really, really good with some of these moves in the offseason. With the big one, Micah, that's always the one that we're going to be talking about for this year. Davion in Illinois is next. Davion, what's up?
What's up, big dog? What's going on?
Man, how are you?
Man, doing good, man. Definitely been listening all week. Couldn't really get on because of work and stuff going on. But excited to get on this morning with you.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What you got? Question or comment or both?
Well, you know me, I always got something in my head. I'm thinking that this week, really, this game, really, I think is one of the ones I earmarked for this year to kind of see where we kind of be where we at, kind of where we at kind of game, but see where we can, if we probably can possibly do something. I think. And you mentioned it earlier this week when you said that the last time we won in Denver was the 92 season, I believe.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, like, man, if that 92 season was one of them good seasons for the Cowboys, so if we can have that, we can actually go history repeat and go win a game, then I think we can do something. I probably won't be getting on tomorrow, so my score prediction going to be 38-30. I'm always going to pick an Aubrey field goal in there somewhere somehow. And since we in Mile High, we might be able to boom one from probably break the record. It'd be great. But I want to also thank you for getting Woody on, man. That was a good conversation. I love Woody, man. He's one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah.
And look forward to trying to get on next week.
All right, Davion. Thanks. Appreciate the call. Yeah, I mean, having Woody on was awesome, man. Always good. Yeah, you mentioned Aubrey in the record, which I believe is still 66, right? 66. We've seen 70 in a preseason game. Jacksonville's kicker Cam Little did that, but it's going to happen, and it very easily could happen in Denver. I don't know about this week, but it's just so tough. It's got to be right before the half. It's got to be a perfect situation. And I think warm-ups will tell. I'm very interested to watch the pregame warm-ups just to kind of see what Aubrey's able to do, and because you always get a good read on kicking this way. That's what the special teams coach has to figure out, and so to get in the game, it's like, hey, where's his range, for this particular game. All right, let's go to JR in Avondale, Arizona.
Morning, Nick. How you doing? How's
Good.
everything in Dallas?
Everything's good. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, Aubrey's not gonna break the record this week because they're just gonna score touchdowns. So we're gonna just go up and down the field.
Sounds good.
So don't have to worry about that. I had just a couple of clarifications. Now, the bye week has nothing to do with the 21-day window, right? Because I was in an argument online with a guy yesterday. So that's just part of the 21 days, right? Because they do practice.
21 days is 21 days.
Gotcha.
Not sure what you're asking, but the bye week is part of it. I mean, it's 21 days.
I just arguing that point pretty hard, and then I started thinking, I hope I'm right about that. So I was just clarification. But then, hey, we could just on George Pickens, we could just franchise him, right? We're not too really worried about it, except for the $25 million hits all next year, right? If they franchise him.
Yeah. I mean, there's not everybody loves the franchise tag, so I mean, you're dealing with. It's not just I'm the franchise tag. I mean, that I don't know how he'll take to that. I don't think that's what he wants. And so, yes, they can do it. And what it does is you tag him, and then it gives you a little bit of time to negotiate even more in the offseason. And if somebody wants to sign him to an offer sheet, then they're probably going to give you 2 number ones. So, I mean, it buys you some time. I don't know if he's just going to play off the tag, though.
I got you. I want him to sign him long term. I'm just looking at way to make sure we can keep him. Anyway, that's all I got except for my prediction. I say it's going to be 35-17 Cowboys.
All right. Wow. That's kind of what I'm in the range that I'm in. I maybe not that much, but I forgot the caller yesterday. Who was our caller that said that I was stealing his point for sure? I was like 33. Was it KC in L.A.? I'm like, he talked about 30, all the 33s. Dorsett was 33. Now Javonte, 33. It's been 33 years since Cowboys have won there, so I love it. Whatever my score is going to be, he's going to have 33 in it, I'm sure. All right, Steve in New York is next.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man. Just a quick question and trivia.
Ooh.
So I asked this pretty much to a few people last week, so I'm going to ask it again. November 4th trade deadline. How much, if any, because look, the Cowboys have always struggled here. This is a tough game, tough spot. How much do you think if they win this game, increase the chances of them doing something? Before November 4th, as opposed to, and listen, it is possible if they lay an egg where, maybe the front office is just going to say, well, you know what, let's kind of go with what we have and stand pat. How much emphasis you put on this game as far as that's concerned?
Not a lot, honestly, Steve. And the reason why is because I could see the logic going both ways here. You know what I mean? I could see it saying, man,
I do.
good win. We could be even better, or tough loss. And it's like, man, if they just had this, I think we could kind of get over the top. And again, every move that I think they would make would be for more than just this year. So if it makes sense, it makes sense. It has to make sense. And so I think any move that they make is going to make sense past this season. So whether or not you're 4-3-1 or 3-4-1, I don't know if that necessarily matters. That's just my take on it. But I still think we're early enough where one game is not going to swing whether or not they need to make a smart move.
Right. No, I agree. It's just that there's only one more game before
the deadline. Yeah, you're
deadline.
right.
Yeah.
True.
That's the only part that you're kind of under the gun there. But, no, I'm with you. Okay, so I'm going 27-24. This has to end. 7 straight losses. I think it spans 4 stadiums. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's a pretty scary way to look at it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so 7 straight losses to Denver. The trivia question. Denver beat us with actually 7 different starters in those 7 games.
Wow.
How many could you get? Yeah, I came up with this one.
They beat
pretty crazy too.
7 different starting quarterbacks. And
they beat him from 98 to 2021. It spanned 7 games, and there were 7 different quarterbacks starting.
Man, I could.
So get the Hall of Famers out of the way.
I could try, but the thing is that we sit here all day long. So all right.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Manning, and no, it's not Elway, is it? Oh,
Elway.
Yeah, Elway,
98.
98. Yeah, so Elway, Manning. Yep. I have Greasy written down.
Yep, correct.
Plummer.
Correct.
This
is where it gets bad.
What about the Orton? Was it
Kyle Orton? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
What about the Jay Cutler?
Not Jay Cutler.
Okay,
the ones that you have is 2017 and 2021.
Go for it. Finish it off because I don't want to sit here all day.
Trevor Siemian and Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, we would have been here all day. We would have been here all day long.
Nick.
Okay. Yeah.
Have a good one, man.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good stuff. Wow. Trevor Siemian. No, I wouldn't have got that one. Or Bridgewater. That's right. I look back at that game. And one of the trivia questions for today's thing for we have on our website, you got to make sure and check that out. And there's some good ones. The wide receiver who caught both touchdown passes in that game in 2021, the Cowboys lost 30-16. It was just a bad game all day long. But they scored 2 late touchdowns. What wide receiver? I asked this question to a few people that were here that watched the game. No, nobody had a clue for that. I mean, so you can look it up. It's easy if you look it up. But what wide receiver caught both touchdown passes in that 2021 game for the Cowboys? I haven't found anyone that would get it without cheating. So, anyways, we'll answer it later. Paul in Vancouver's next. Paul, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Was it Cedric Wilson who caught both of them?
No, it was not.
Ooh.
It was not Cedric Wilson. It was nobody that anyone remembers. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right.
Sorry.
Paul, where were you in Carolina, man? Me and Chris were there in Carolina looking for something to do. Wasn't that you that was hanging out with us at the hotel bar 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty far from here.
I know. I'm just kidding. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. I'm gonna put it out there. We're gonna break the Bronco curse. So we're gonna win 33-27, like how Dak is playing. So we're gonna win it. Sounds like an overtime score right there. It'll be high scoring, but I think we got this.
Nice.
So I got. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
So just got 2 quick things. I'll try to be quick. So, one of my favorite players for the Cowboys is Randy Gregory. I know he didn't leave here on good terms, but I kind of think to what happened with the big offseason move. Do you think that the senior management with the Cowboys kind of thought the same thing? Because what I remember is we could have kept Randy on his terms, but I think the team maybe thought about it and they're like, no, we don't really need to do this. We're better off. And do you think it was the same type of thing with Micah, where they thought about it, they're like, no, we're good?
What are you asking again? I'm sorry. What are you asking specifically? Was the Micah thing the same as Randy?
Well, do you think that it was pretty similar in the context that, I think that they could have kept Randy if they wanted to, but I think they thought about the problem. We don't need to do this, and they learned from that because it worked out for us that we didn't need to keep him. And maybe did that kind of influence this decision?
Maybe. I mean, they were trying to sign Micah. Let's not, let's be clear about that. They were trying to sign him. I think if you want to put a parallel and put both of those, I think there were other factors involved for the player that were more important than just being here with the Cowboys, and the Randy thing was tough. I mean, I that one hurt Jerry. That one really hurt Jerry because Jerry did a lot for Randy Gregory to stay in the NFL, to be relevant, to be able to keep playing football. He stayed by him for many years when most people wouldn't have. And then for them to have a deal in place, I know Jerry was going to a funeral that day for his assistant who passed away. And when he was there, that's when he got the call that Randy decided to go to Denver, and that one hurt him. It did. Now, they spun it with, now we have more money to do other things, which is true. It's always the case. Just like with Micah, you have more money to do other things. And they have done some of these other things. But little different situation. But I don't know. I mean, I think you learn from all of it. But, let's not forget the part that the Cowboys were trying to keep Micah Parsons. That just went into other things. A lot of other factors involved with both of those decisions. All right, Brian in Kansas City is next.
Good morning, Nick. How are you, sir?
Great. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, you know what I was thinking the other day? We always, wonder what happens when sometimes we lose track of people. I hadn't heard from Anthony in Miami in a while. So I just wanted to throw that out there, Anthony. We hope you're doing great. And call in and sing us a couple of bars or something.
That's true. So, it's been a little bit. I'm kind of going back on my notes. I haven't seen him in a little bit. But you're right. I got a few that have called for a couple of years and that I haven't heard from in a while. So I always kind of worry about. But it has been a little bit for Anthony. I got him. I have October 6th. I think that might be the last one. That's not too bad, but October 6th, I do have Anthony from Miami here. Might be another one, but that's the one I see. So that's how far.
Right on. That just he captured my imagination when he sang Dandy Don Meredith's closing to Monday Night Football that one time. I'm like, good God, that took me back to being 7, 8 years old.
Right.
Hearing that in person. So hey. So I'll go with, in honor of Zach in Atlanta's double agent idea. I don't know if you're going to have a story about this guy because he didn't play during your time, but obviously we all know that TD finished his career over there. Maybe you have a story just because, association with the organization and you got a chance to meet him at some point or whatever. And then for this week, I do think we're going to finally break the snap the streak. I'm going to go. I guess I'll stick with that 33 thing too. I'll go 33-25, and I think the thing we have to really watch out for is I watched the condensed version of the Giants game with them, and they're a heavy blitzing team.
Yeah,
I think the announcer said they're statistically number one in the NFL in rate of blitzing. And what that did to the Giants they figured it out, but early in the game, the Giants offense just couldn't get moving. And it was because of that. So that's, I think, going to be the key is how fast can we settle in and offset the blitz. Dak is great against the blitz, but I think that's going to be the key. So 33-25 and any Tony Dorsett story you got, brother.
I did not hear. Okay, I didn't hear the name. I was like, who? What story? Tony Dorsett. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, like he was my favorite player. I mean, without a doubt, my favorite player growing up as a kid. Got to yell at him one time right before a game when I was 6 years old, and he kind of gave me a little "What's up?" And what was really weird, and this is kind of bittersweet story because I don't have the picture anymore. But when I was a kid, my dad ran into him at some show. I don't know. My dad traveled a lot, and he saw him somewhere and got an autographed picture, a black and white picture of Tony Dorsett. And he made it out to me, and he said, take my place in 1998. So this was like in the mid 80s. I was 7, 8, 9 years old, and he was like, when he mapped it out, and it's like, take my place in 1998. You'll be, about 23, 24 years old. And I'm like, obviously didn't turn into an NFL running back, but I did start working for the Cowboys in 1998. That was the first year I was an intern, and then 99 full time. So, pretty cool piece of irony there, I think. And I wish I still had that, but I know he said that. And so I even told his son that we're working on something, maybe the next documentary with Tony Dorsett, working on that with his son. So that'll be a really cool thing to do. But anyways, that's kind of my story there. And loved Tony D, man. He was the best. All right, let's go to Michael, Bowling Green, Kentucky.
All right, man. I know you'll know this, but somebody listening might not. What number is the rarest for Dallas Cowboys? Hasn't been used very much. The least used number.
74?
Yep.
I mean, he just won.
I think he was the only one that wore it.
Yeah, he is. I mean, in the regular season. I think there was a couple guys they've thrown in there. If you get 74, if you're a rookie and they give you 74, man, they're not expecting major things from you, at least not right away, because you're not going to keep it.
Right.
So anyway, 74, just once. I think Bob Lilly's the only guy that's ever worn it. Yeah. So there's a couple other numbers that have been worn. I mean, there's not a lot of 8s. I know that. But yeah, 74 for sure.
All right. So it looks like we got a group coming back after the bye.
Yep.
Which is very encouraging. Don't think this trade that everybody's talking about is gonna happen, but maybe there'll be something else. And then that group coming back, I mean, it's looking very, very promising. I want to give my score. It's pretty similar to what yours was. I don't remember exactly what yours was, but I'm going to go Dallas 35, and then I'm going to go Denver 21.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Michael. 74 is the only jersey number that's been worn just once. There's been another number 8 has been worn twice, and 12 has been worn 3 times, and those are the fewest. Number 4 has only been worn 5 times. It's kind of interesting that Mike Saxon, the punter, was the first player to wear it in 1985. Well, that's weird. About 26 years of the franchise, or 25 seasons of the franchise, nobody's ever worn it. So until 1985. All right, let's go to break real quick on Cowboys Storyline and be right back.
Altec Lansing has been perfecting sound since 1927, bringing you decades of audio excellence to elevate your Dallas Cowboys tailgate ritual. Equip your next pregame with the Sound Rover 180 with 6 hours of playtime, built-in microphone, multicolor light modes, and a rugged exterior that's built to last. Visit alteclansing.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off your Sound Rover 180. That's ALTECLANSING.com/Cowboys15 for 15% off. Altec Lansing, official audio partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, when it comes to navigating the ever-changing world of tax, your business needs a partner it can trust to tackle even your biggest tax challenges. Ryan is the largest firm in the world dedicated exclusively to business taxes. Our team of tax professionals has local expertise in all areas of tax and can help you uncover savings opportunities you didn't know you had. Learn more about how Ryan can improve your overall corporate tax performance by visiting Ryan.com. Ryan, the official tax partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
Back to Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette, the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys.
You know, you can get Gillette's best shaves in cowboy colors. Blue, silver, white, I don't know, probably black. 50% longer lasting blades than Fusion. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor is available at Gillette.com. All right. Go back to the phone lines here. We got Shelby in Virginia. Shelby, what's up?
Hey, good morning, Nick. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've got a question or a comment question and a score prediction.
Okay.
So I'll roll right in. Comment is I agreed with that 2-point conversion was super important, and watching it. There's something about the way Deron Bland tackles that is so unique. But without seeing his jersey number, I saw how technical and clean that tackle was. I was like, that was 100% Deron Bland.
You're better than me. You're better than me because I was up in the press box and that spot on the field, kind of in the middle of the field like that, I was thinking that was more of a linebacker's spot to make that tackle where he did. I just wasn't surprised. I was surprised to see the corner make the tackle. So I wasn't thinking that was Deron Bland. I mean, and I think I even had the binoculars on that. And I was like, I just didn't think a corner would be right there in the middle of the field. But anyways.
Yeah, watching him just square up and turn and the length of his arms, there's just something distinct about the way he plays that is so impressive. That kind of bridges me into into my question, which is, I'll warn you, it's a little ridiculous, but Wizard has granted you the ability to create 11 carbon copies of all-time Dallas Cowboys, one for offense and one for defense. They can't be injured, and they will have to start all 11 at the same time, filling every position in a game. Any team in the league, you're playing against them. So 11, Tony Dorsett's versus another team, et cetera. For me, if I was doing it with the current Cowboys, it would be Javonte Williams, all offense, and Deron Bland, all defense. So I was curious how you would answer that one.
All time or just?
For you, all time. That was my current one as an example, but
I'm sorry.
For you, if you've got your...
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit behind here. So Javonte Williams is doing everything, right? That body type is doing everything, right?
That's right. He's snapping the ball to himself. He's throwing a screen to himself, running out wide. He's all 11 positions.
He's playing quarterback, left tackle, everything.
And on defense, Deron Bland is rushing the quarterback, is dropping into man coverage, and he's playing zone, all positions for both of them. So for you, I want to hear your all-time one defensive player, one offensive player. I'm very curious to see where you go with that. And then my score prediction is I love the Cowboys 33. I'm going to go Cowboys 33, Broncos 28.
Okay. All right, 33-28. We're all over this 33. Man, that's such a unique question, but it's got to be somebody that could do everything. I mean, okay, I know I just said Tony Dorsett was my guy, and he was. Until, they brought in a bigger, stronger, faster Tony Dorsett, which is Herschel Walker. Herschel Walker, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he could pass it, but I know he could run it. I know he could catch. He's as big as a house. I'm sure he could block if he needed to. Herschel Walker, he was like a superhero. So yeah, that would be my guy on offense. And then on defense, I mean, is it too soon? I mean, Micah could do kind of everything. I mean, he would be in that category. DeMarcus Ware. I'll just say DeMarcus Ware. It's Bronco. DeMarcus Ware, I don't know. If he could just jam the guy off the line, and he wouldn't really get back into coverage. I'll just go with a bunch of DeMarcus Wares and Herschel Walkers. Herschel Walker, fun question. I like it. All right. The line's open here, 888-855-2297. Chris, we have a caller? Nope.
Yeah, sorry, I was on the phone. Shelby in Virginia is your next caller.
I just talked to Shelby. Did we not?
You did?
Talk to Shelby?
No.
Didn't we just talk to Shelby? The phones must be going crazy back there for Chris. Just talk to Shelby. He asked a cool question. I think that's
I'm
fun.
sorry, it's KC Joe. My bad.
KC Joe. Okay. All right, let's go to KC.
Good morning, Nick.
How are you?
Good, sir. How are you doing this fine morning?
I'm good.
Hey, let me give you my prediction for tomorrow. I got 38-21 Cowboys.
Ooh. Okay.
And then I was going to ask you, it's kind of an odd question, but do you remember the Michael Irvin rule when back in the day?
Head slap?
Well,
no.
they used to they actually nicknamed the rule after him, the penalty. John Madden was up in the booth, and I guess he asked Michael how he had, got the separation when he went to go up. And he told John, and then after that, the penalty became the Michael Irvin rule. I didn't know if you remembered that or not.
No, not necessarily. I mean, there's some other players that had their own rule, but not really that one. But I mean, I knew he was kind of, he was definitely an aggressive receiver, so that doesn't surprise me. But I don't remember it necessarily being the Michael rule. But I know Emmett's rule was taking the helmet off. That was the Emmett rule. Roy Williams' rule was the horse collar.
Yeah, so. I'd tell you about that one, but anyway, and then I think I can't wait for James and Overshone and Leofau. I think he's 35, isn't he? I can't wait for them guys to play together.
Yeah,
they all have massive speed, and it will be interesting to see that in the linebacker core when Overshone gets back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have much today. I just wanted to say hey, and we'll talk at you later.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it, Joe. Yeah, I mean, you make a good point there. I mean, the speed of those linebackers, that's impressive. I mean, that will be impressive. Now, there's more to playing the position than that. Awareness is a big thing, but getting there, getting to the ball, and then also delivering the pop. That's the thing I like about Leofau. He doesn't look like a big time hitter, but he is. I mean, he definitely does, and Shamar James as well. And Overshone can bring it. I mean, I just don't think there's anybody that I can remember in a long time that you've been pulling for as much as DeMarvion Overshone. I mean, you just want him to be great because he says all the right things. His attitude is perfect. You feel bad for him, all these injuries that he's had, and he's just such a fun, unique player to watch that. I mean, I think everybody, other than the opponents of the NFC East, maybe everybody wants this guy to succeed. So, we're certainly hoping that he does. All right, Rob in Vegas is next. Rob, what's up?
Hey, Nick.
How are you doing?
I'm good. It's funny you talk about Herschel Walker. He's the greatest running back I've ever seen when he played in the USFL. I used to watch him because he played for the New Jersey Generals.
Yeah.
And he was phenomenal. I mean, you're right. I mean, the man could do it all. I mean, he fought MMA. I think he was in his 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Yeah. Am I missing somebody on that? I mean, that was such a unique question. Caught me off guard by Shelby, and I'm not, I'm not much of the sci-fi type, and thinking like, I don't think that well when it comes to these kind of things. But it's a cool, fun question. Herschel, I was just trying to think of somebody that I know can do a little bit of everything. And Herschel and D. Ware. I'd love to see the other answers, though. Who am I missing? But
maybe Dion.
I thought Dion too, but is Dion stopping the run? I mean,
you have to tackle.
He wasn't really stopping the run on the outside. I can't imagine.
He would tackle. He'd tackle once in a while that we would all be surprised.
Yeah.
But that was rare.
He would get the guy down. He'd get him down. I'm never one that jumped on all that with Dion couldn't tackle. He can make the tackle if he needs to, but that wasn't his thing. But yeah, Dion, Dion, if we just get one player for both sides of the ball, then I would probably say Dion. But no, that's cool.
I was talking to Chris and I said, here in Vegas, everybody's talking about Max and Dallas, and the fans are on board trading him.
Raiders?
Because
the Raider fans? Oh, okay. Are they really?
Because they want a quarterback. That's all you hear. And let's face it, they get a quarterback. You need picks. They could,
Yeah.
This team needs more than just him. And I know he's, Mr. Raider, and I know they said something like they won't do it. But then again, we said we wouldn't trade Micah. So,
Yeah.
the deals are there. I think Michael from Bowling Green just called, and that's what scares me, because he said what Jerry has said, and that's why I have no faith in Jerry making a move like this. Is we have help coming? No, you don't. You got Overshown coming, and let's be honest, we're hoping the best, but you can't count on this guy. We don't know if he's going to be 80% of what he was this year. Revel, I don't even think he's ever going to play this year. I think this is a sit-out year, redshirt year. I think he'll get in maybe a little bit here and there, but he's not going to just walk on the field and Diggs is going to sit down. So, and then Mingo's never done anything here. And honestly, do I want Mingo catching the ball over Pickens or Lamb? No. So the help isn't coming. Bodies are coming.
Yeah.
And everybody's putting a lot of pressure on this game. Like if we win this game, and I agree with you, if we score 30 again, and let's say we lose 34-30, that's got to light a fire. I mean, if we all see it, it's like we just need if we had Micah with Kenny Clark right now, everything else is the same, we'd probably be undefeated. Or one game, we'd have one loss.
Yeah.
So go get, the pass rusher. You have to affect the quarterback. The whole game is based on, if I was in a meeting, but if I was going to call, I was going to ask Darren Woodson that. I said, that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is you have to speed up the quarterback. Yeah. What worries me about this game this week is not him throwing. It's Bo Nix running, and they run the ball. They run the ball just period. But we've seen mobile quarterbacks hurt this team. So
and he's
the whole thing. We haven't won in 90. That's meaningless. Some of these kids weren't even born, so it doesn't even, to me, that never factors in. Is the air, and yes, that's a factor.
Well, they've been better. That's the thing. Denver's just been a better team, and it's not just there; it's here. I mean, so it's been 30 years since they've won here. So
yeah.
All right,
but
Rob?
I think we squeak it out by about 34-30, something like that.
Okay. All right, thanks for the call. I think you make a good point. I'm looking at some of these scores. Most of them are pretty close, 4 or 5 point games. But the Michael from Bowling Green and KC Joe and KC that have 35-21, 38-21. That's the kind of game that might take the trade off the table. You know what I mean? Like, defense is coming around, and now we're getting a little bit more help there. If it's 35-34 or you lose or win, whatever it is, your defense is just continuing to give up points. I think that's when you're like, we've got to get some help here. We've got to get somebody that can help us get off the field. But you win some of these games 35-17, 38-21, just like they did last week, then it's like, wait a second, do we really need the help? I mean, the offense is scoring great. Defense is finally turning the corner. So, but we'll see. All right, let's go to break one more time on Storyline. I'll be right back.
Discover Aiden, the official luggage partner of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Known for top-tier engineering and craftsmanship, Aiden offers more than just bags. Originating from Australia and designed in New York, it merges fashion, design, and culture. Used by Dallas Cowboys players, staff, and the entire organization, Aiden provides style and functionality for all travelers. Visit AidenTheBrand.com and use code AidenXCowboys for 25% off your purchase. Travel like your favorite stars with Aiden.
All right, Cowboys fans, this one's for you. Gillette's Best Shave has a new look this season, and they've got one that sticked out in Cowboys colors just for us. We're going to want to run, not walk to this one, y'all. The new Gillette Labs official Dallas Cowboys licensed razor isn't just Gillette's best shave. With 50% longer lasting blades than Fusion, it's the best a Cowboys fan can get. Get it while you can at Gillette.com/NFL. Gillette's Best Shave is also available as heated.
Back to Cowboys Storyline, presented by Gillette. the official shave of the Dallas Cowboys.
All right, this segment presented by Yeti, officially licensed Yeti Cowboys gear, is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concession, and on Yeti.com. Got my Yeti today. All right, not Lester can wait. We're starting off Joe in Fort Worth. Joe, what's up? First-time caller.
Hey, Nick, how's it going? Yeah, I've been listening to you guys for years. I actually just moved out here from Tucson, Arizona. I moved to Watauga, which is like 30 minutes from the stadium. So
yeah, it's
cool.
Yeah, that's Dallas Fort Worth-ish. I mean, that's kind of out there. But hold on. Chris did it, but I want to make sure we do the here we go because we were talking. Here we go. All right, Joe, what you got for us?
All right, so I got two things. Firstly, is there anything outside of like going to a game that you recommend is like a must do for a Cowboy fan in this area? And then second, I saw that the Cowboys offense is number 2 in points per game. Normally, when you have a defense who's, suspect, I would say they typically try to run the ball, keep the defense off the field as much as possible. Obviously, Cowboys have an explosive offense. Do you expect and hope that Eberflus is going to continue to send more blitzes these last couple of weeks? I think we're 5th in the league in blitzes, and obviously it's played a huge impact because we don't have the pass rushers without blitzing. We're not getting the pressure without the blitzes, and I don't think we can unless we continue to see blitzes. So it would make sense, with our offense being so explosive that we can at least take some more risk on defense to try to generate pressure and turnovers.
And there's no other way. I mean, you're right. There's no way. What you can't happen is another Bears game where Caleb Williams and those guys go 19 plays just the entire quarter, just of a 10-minute drive. You can't have that. And you got to get them uncomfortable to make a decision. And I think the best way right now is the blitz because these guys just are not getting home with 4. So you got to send more. And I think the corners, especially Bland, and then if Diggs can come back, those corners I think can hang in there man to man. You don't have to go forever if you're blitzing, typically.
Yeah, I want Agent Zero sent every third down. Just blitz them every third down.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, Joe, thanks for the call, and I'm going to answer your question off the air. But thank you for the call, first time caller. Good to have you with us. You said must things to do for a Cowboy fan. Well, I would go to DallasCowboys.com every day and listen to as many podcasts as you can, starting with this one, and then from then on, whatever else you can get to. The tour here is pretty good. I mean, and they do a lot of them, and I've come up here on a Saturday before, and I've seen tours there. So you're not going to run into as many players, of course, but or coaches, but. The tour here at the Star is worth it, and it's really interesting of the stuff that you get to see. Some of the behind the scenes stuff, War Room, maybe the locker room, just kind of depends on the day. You see the practice fields, the Ford Center, all that good stuff. So that's the one thing that I would say. Or you could just come back here on certain days and Chris just lets people sit next to him and punch buttons all day long. He lets one fan a day come and do that, so you have to apply for that. But he loves having fans come in there to help him with all that. All right, Lester in Minnesota is next. Lester.
Morning, Nick.
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, man?
I'm great.
Hey, I wasn't going to call in today, but I liked a little trivia question. My all-time defensive guy would be Randy White.
Okay.
And then the offensive guy would be Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
And so...
yeah, I mean, Mike could, I guess he could block. You know what I mean? I mean, he's pretty feisty. So I'm sure he could block, and I know he could run it. I don't know about Randy White there on the corner, but then again,
no, but he was a heck of a pass rusher, man.
Yeah,
I mean he was really good on that line, and he could play linebacker because he started as a linebacker. So on the corner, I don't know. And then as far as Michael Irvin, man, to me he was the heart of that team. I mean he was always pumping everybody up and talking to everybody. Come on. And I heard stories about he would be practicing at nighttime when no one else was there.
Yeah.
By himself. It's just Michael Irvin, man.
Yeah.
And then my score this week would be 38 Cowboys, 33 to Denver to go with the 33 club. And as I always say, Dak, run the ball. Dak, play action pass. Dak, throw the ball. CD and Pickens. Go Cowboys.
All right. Good stuff. You know, I'm thinking about more of those guys that could do, you know, both things. And, you know, it really comes down to just like great athletes. That's what it comes down to. It's like who could do so many things, kind of freak players, you know. I think T.O. was kind of a freak player. Back in the 70s, Hollywood Henderson, you know, I mean, this is a linebacker that has a 97-yard kickoff return for a touchdown and then spiked it over the goalpost. Linebacker. Man, pretty good stuff. All right, Chris is putting his foot down here. He said there's no way we'd have 12 calls. We got 12 calls, but he said no more after that. It is time for us to wrap this thing up. Been a fun show. A lot of good stuff. Talking potential trades, talking about the front office, talking about hypothetical superhero guys that could do a little bit of everything. But one thing that's pretty consistent, though, everybody's got this thing in the 30s for the Cowboys. 38, 35, 33, 33, 35, 38, 34, 35. There was maybe one here. Steve had a 27, 24, but everybody's got it in the 30s. That doesn't always mean a win for the Cowboys, but on the road, you get up there. You should give yourself a chance. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about it all tomorrow, though. We come back and wrap this thing up with more score predictions and see about some injury updates and news and notes, things like that. All right, for Chris Beam, I'm Nick Eatman. We'll see you tomorrow on Cowboy Storyline.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?